Welcome everybody, tradershideout.com, Mike Medrell. We're going to do a live trading session. The platform we're using is Traders Hideout trading platform. You can download it. The link is on top. Feel free to add us on Twitter, Traders Hideout, on G+, plus Mike Medrell. And be nice to hear from you if you want to be on the panel of traders that are trading with us. For those of you who are on YouTube, feel free to post your comments or requests on the live comment box, and let's get started. Our last live session we did on Friday, and we weren't sure where things were going, and we didn't want to risk anything because of the weekend, so we didn't open any positions. We did have some interesting setups, so we're going to go and check those out right now. Okay, this is euro dollar. Let's make my picture smaller so you can see it. There we go. Okay, 1 hour chart, euro dollar. Okay, we did have a bounce back. We're right here to have, we're about 10 pips from that previous high that we had without the spikes. Okay. And the last 8 hours or so, we've had 40 pips up. Let's look at a 4 hour chart. Okay, 4 hour chart looks like there's a retracement. That's something that we did talk about before, that the drop was just too quick and it would have to make it a little bounce back. Now, I've done some pre-work, and my calculation was that we would see around 40 to 50 pips from where we are right now. That would be the bounce back right here. Now, for those of you who are trading short term, you could do a scalp. For those who are doing a long term, I'm not quite sure that going the upper zone is right. We might see a little bit of a, if you're doing an intraday, we might see like an intraday drop. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a short-term trade. I'm going to go back to my 50-minute chart. And notice we did have some upward movement, and we've had 30 pips in the last 2 hours or so. One of the things that we've talked about on the weekend is take profit stop loss ratios and applying them with good money management. And I think that we could apply a hedge right now for the up and the down, and that way when it could go either way, and we could catch both ends. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a buy right now. Okay, I'm going to go with 10,000 units. Make sure that you check that you are not over trading. This is a fairly large account, so we don't have any over trading issues. Okay. I'm going to do a 2-to-1 TPSL, take profit stop loss. If you're not sure what this is, check out Trading 102 on the YouTube channel. We go in depth about take profit stop loss ratios and the money management. So we're going to do a 2-to-1. We could probably even do 3-to-1, and we're going to go for 60 pips. So that means that on 3-to-1, we would have 20 pip stop loss minus the 1 pip that we have right now for the spread that we have to pay. All right, so we're going to do submit plus. I'll just bring this up so you can see this. I'm going to submit plus. What the submit plus does is it will keep this order screen open while it's opening that order. So I'll go ahead and I'll click that, and you'll see the actual position being opened. Okay, there you go. So we open that position. All I got to do now to switch it to to a short or a sell, is just click on the buy. When you click it, okay, it will go the other way. I'm keeping exactly the same ratio, 3-to-1 TPSL, 60 pips on the down now, and 20 pips on the stop loss for the upward. Okay, and I'm going to submit that. So, okay, there's our second order. They're both open right now. We'll just put that down. Let's go on to the next one. We're going to start moving fairly quickly now because we do have a lot to cover. All right, let's go pound dollar. Okay, 24 pips, 50 minutes on the last 1 hour or so, 1 hour and a half. Let's look at the 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart does look like it's trying to push up. However, we've seen these spikes. Let's see if here's the thing. This is a non-trading for me personally. It's non-trading currently because the average bar is only 28 pips. Okay, and for risk-reward ratio, I'm not going to touch it. Okay, let's bring up the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar almost looks like the saucer, doesn't it? Almost looks like the saucer. Let's bring it up on, that was on the 15 minutes. Let's bring it up on the 1 hour. Definitely not a saucer on the 1 hour. And average change also 28 pips. That's pretty low. Okay, last bar has been 30 pips. You could set up, if it breaks this area right here, you could set that up if it breaks this area right here. But we got a few hours to get there probably, but you never know, right? So not trading the Aussie dollar. It's still fairly early. Okay, let's bring up the dollar yen. And by the way, this is a perfect example how you can see when there's major news or possibility of major news, but there's a lot of speculation going on. Okay, went up 40 pips inside 15 minutes. That's for a bit. Let's bring up 1 hour chart. And you can see these dojis. Okay, this thing's really not going anywhere. That's definitely not tradable. And we can see these dojis. This is a sign for a spike or possibly a change in direction. This is a wonderful way. There will be a video on this. This is a wonderful way to know that there may be a shift coming up. All right. But still nothing major. Just bring up the EuroCAD. Now we got a pretty late session right now. It looks like it. Not too much going on. Well, we've had new high here on the 1 hour. Let's bring up a 4 hour chart. Okay, 4 hour chart. We have 152 pips. You can just see this purple ruler right here. It'll tell me how many pips I'm away from the actual current value. It's a really cool tool. Okay, make sure you take a look at the platform walkthrough. It'll show you all the cool stuff in there. We're about 23 pips away from the high. We could look for a bounce back. Let's go ahead with a bounce back. Okay, so we're going to do a buy, and we'd be actually wanting to chase. Hopefully, we'll catch that spike, right? So I'm going to go ahead and set this up at 26 pips. The EuroCAD is currently 4.5, 4.6, 4.7 on the spread. So let's bring it up to 28 pips. So we're looking for the breakout. 28 pips, that'll be 14 minus 5, 9 pips down. Chances are it's going to get stop lossed out fairly quickly, isn't it? So let's go 30 pips, that's 15 minus 5, we're down at 10. 10 pips should be okay. So 30 pips, 2-to-1 TPSL, everything is kept the same. We're actually going here for a longer trade. So I'm going to go on at 20,000 units. And again, the units depend on your actual portfolio size. Okay, and I'm just doing a blank buy. That's all I'm doing. Alright, so here's all our positions right now. Okay, let's see what else we got. Let's bring up the USD CAD, the dollar CAD. Bring it up in 1 hour. Wow, this is really interesting. Look at this. This is a pure buy. We got this support, 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 support right here. If it gets stop loss, that's okay. That's all right. Let it get stop loss. But let's try to get this upward movement here. We're going for 30 pips up. This is a wonderful correction. So, and in this order, I'm actually going to do a 3-to-1 TPSL. Why? Because if it drops beyond this point right here, if it drops behind this, it's got a chance of being a falling knife. So we want to do a 3-to-1 TPSL. Okay, so we're going to go. You always got to calculate your spreads inside. So the dollar CAD is 2.9 pips, so 3 pips. So let's say if we go for, well, let's calculate this. We need to calculate this. Right. Let's bring this up. All right. So how do we do this? Well, we're right at the cusp. We're like 3 pips away. So if it drops down these 6, 7, 8, 9 pips, we want to be out, right? So this is a perfect bottom to look for. So that means that we could do 25 pip minus the 3 pip is 22, right? Or if you that, well, you know what? Let's do 24. If we do 24 minus the 3 pips with a 3-to-1 TPSL, that's 8. That's 5. Yep, 5 pips is good. We could give it a few more. You know, you do want it tight, but not too tight, because then you're favoring the stop loss. So 27 divided by 3, because we're going to do a 3-to-1 TPSL. Okay, it was 9 minus the 3 pip that we got. So that's 6 pips down it could go, which is fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and submit that. And I'm looking for an interesting bounce back. So I'm going to go on a 20K, 20,000 units. And we're just going to submit that. Okay, and there's our USD CAD. It's right here. Let's bring up the Aussie Swissy. By the way, so for those of you who are new, right after this session, I'm going to be doing a video on actual currencies, which they are, and then I'll make another video at a later date about getting into each currency and what makes it move. Okay, which is a very, oh, we might have a saucer here. This is 1 hour, and 1 hour is definitely something we should be looking at. We got pretty strong support to it, which is about 20 pips down. There is a big resistance right around here, about 10 pips up. Okay, that is something to look for later on the Aussie Swissy. If it breaks this right here, well, it does have pretty good support. We'll have to look at this one later on. And that's something you should be writing down in your notes. Okay, so the Aussie Swissy is definitely something we should be looking at. Let's bring up the CAD Swissy, CAD CHF. Bring up 1 hour chart. We got a very strong support here on the 1 hour. Okay, mind you, this is nighttime. Okay, but nevertheless, it is still support. We could be looking for around a 20 pip support. CAD Swissy, I would actually be looking at the CAD coming back up a little bit, maybe about 20 pips or so. But the CAD Swissy is around 6 pips. So That is not tradable. The risk-reward ratio is not that good unless you were going to do a long-term trade. Okay, and you know what? Let's do a long-term trade, and we'll go for around 50 pips, 40 pips, 40 pips. We could do 40 pips, and the catch is this: what we're going to do is we're actually going to do, because our bottom here is 10 pips, we're actually going to do a 3-to-1 TPSL. So if we get 40 pips on a 3-to-1 TPSL, that's about 13 pips, right? Minus the 5 pips that we have. That's 8 pips it could go down, which is pretty much the low here. Because if it gets any lower, that's already going to touch the bottom. So let's bring that up. Yeah, we can go for 50 pips even, because we got that 5 pip that we got to pay the brokers, right? So 3-to-1 TPSL, 50 pips. 50 pips is reasonable for this for a long trade. And on this one, we're going to do 30,000 because it's a very long-term trade. Okay, and just keep that on. And that would mean that our stop loss is around 15 pips or so, which is fine. 15 pips would mean that it's a falling knife on the other end. Okay, and I'm just going to submit that up. Okay, so there's our CAD Swissy, dollar CAD, Euro CAD. We're trading a lot of CAD right now. Okay, notice what we've done here is an actual hedge with a CAD. Okay, so sort of like a protection, because if the dollar or the euro gain versus the CAD, okay, then these two will be up if the market is synchronized. And it looks like there's a discorrelation right now, and that would go down. But if the CAD would get stronger versus the Swissy, chances are that it's also going to get relatively stronger versus the dollar and the euro. Okay. Again, notice I said relatively. Okay, because it's not the same. It's not the same mindset. So we got ourselves a multi-currency hedge right here, which is really, really good. So we got euro dollar. Okay, we got our hedge right here, and then we got our CAD with the hedging. Let's see if we got one last one. Maybe we'll do an Aussie yen. See what comes up. Bring it up on a 1-hour chart. Got a kind of a support here on an upward. Notice that we're right here on something that's fairly strong resistance. So that'd be something we could look at the next session. Maybe we'll spike that up. Okay. Don't be alarmed about all these reds, because excuse me, all these are the spreads that we have to pay. That's all. You're not actually losing a trade. That's spread. Well, it's money lost to the brokers, right? So we all have to pay the brokers, unfortunately. It'd be nice if we didn't have to. So that's why I love this platform, because we get quotes from multiple brokers. You're not going to see 1 pip on euro dollar in very many places, on the retail level. So, all right. So I think this should be enough for today. Well, for this session. We're going to be later on live again. So hope you join me. Make sure that if you're on Google plus Mike Methero, if you want to download the platform, feel free. It's absolutely free. http://traders-hideout.com, #traders-hideout, one word. And if you're in Twitter, just make sure that you follow Traders Hideout. You get all the events and news and tips and tricks. This is Mike Methero for Traders Hideout, wishing you, may the profits be with you.